Hello and welcome back to Fancy Football, and this is week 33 prediction of the Premier League. And with me on the show today is no other than the Sport Bishop Nonso Adenechi. Nonso, good day, and how are you?
Good day to you too. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be part of the show as always, and good to be here again to talk some Premier League football.
Yeah, good to be here to talk some Premier League football, but precisely predict the possible outcome of the 10 weekend matches that we played in the Premier League. Last time
Absolutely,
around,
I've got my crystal balls ready. They are here just beside me.
okay, you have more crystal balls. I thought it was one. But let's move on.
I, 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 okay.
Let's see what how this week's match will go. Let's start with Tottenham Hotspur
Mm,
away to Newcastle. Newcastle last time out, they beat Fulham by 1 goal to nil away, and they are sitting
yeah,
eighth on the league table with 47 points. They
yeah.
are going to this match. Bruno Guimaraes is in form. The likes of
Isaac,
who else? Isak is in form.
Alexander,
Virtually every
Alexander,
other players,
yeah.
yes, virtually every other players are in form. What's your take about their performances so far and how they should approach this match?
And come on, there's no better way to approach football game than to attack it. I think when you defend and defend and defend, at some point you make a mistake or two, and your opponent will exploit them. So for me, I think Newcastle should go all the way, attack, play the way they know how to play free flowing football, try to get the pacey wingers, Ashley Barnes or Anthony Gordon, depending on who plays. Alexander Isak is also quick as well. Have a go at Tottenham Hotspur. We've seen that this Tottenham Hotspur, they can crack on that pressure. They've not been impressive. Yeah, they've always found a way to win their past two games, but it has not been impressive. So I'm playing at the St James's Park for Newcastle. It's an added advantage. So I think I tip Newcastle to get a result from this encounter. They've been fantastic at home in recent time. And if you look at the confidence, the way they play when they play at the St James's Park, they are on a different level. So I'll pitch myself in Newcastle for this one.
Okay, for Tottenham Hotspur, 3 wins in their last 5 matches, like we all expect. One. I think they've drawn
One loss and one draw in
one
five.
loss and one draw in their last 5. I think
Yeah,
that's a good one for
yeah.
them. They've been in a rich vein of form. Last time they were at home to Nottingham Forest. The match dragged on until the second half when Spurs hit Nottingham Forest with by
Yeah,
two
they
goals
turn up the
to only
star.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So with Spurs, how do you think they should approach also this match playing away as well, knowing that they are playing a very strong side?
I think they should be conservative. They should not be to leave their cards to their chest. I don't know which Tottenham 14 will turn up on the day. Let's be realistic. We don't know because sometimes they play some football and like you applaud and Postecoglou and his philosophy and his style. The next minute you ask yourself a simple question: what's going wrong with Tottenham Hotspur? It is how well they can play with the quality of players they've got at their disposal. So for me, I like to be realistic. I think don't take the game to Newcastle because Newcastle wants the game to be quick, end to end stuff. Be a bit conservative, try and hold the ball, starve Newcastle of the ball, and then wait for your chance. They will surely come. The Newcastle backline is a bit epileptic, so. I think that's we're very conservative but very quick on the counter attack, and they've got players that can do that in Richarlison, in Son Heung-min, and of course Kulezevski as well. So it is what it is. Yeah,
Okay, in this match, the bookmakers are giving Tottenham to win by 41% and a draw of 23%. Newcastle have 36% to win this match. So, and
yeah.
based on what you've given us today, you are giving the Newcastle a 3-1 win. Are you sure a 3-1
Absolutely.
win will manifest itself at the end of the day?
I think so. I think if they turn up the style, Newcastle, they turn up their style, they play to their philosophy, play to their style. This backline that Tottenham Hotspur has got is very leaky and shaky. There's an error in two or two in them. You have Cristiano Romero. You don't like I said. Sometimes he can press the panic button a lot. He does that a lot, and that's been a problem for them. Van der Ven is not as fit as he was at the start of the season. So I think Newcastle power the pressure. They put all their leg on the throttle. They press the accelerator. They could go on a crushing sprint. So I think Newcastle will get a 3-1 victory in this encounter.
Okay, the next match for the day is between Brentford and Sheffield. If you look at Brentford are sitting 15th on the log. Sheffield are sitting 20th on the log. Brentford have
Yeah,
21, 25, 20, 29 points. currently now, and
Yeah.
Brentford have Sheffield. Sorry, Sheffield, like I said, have 16 points. For
Yeah.
Brentford, no win their last five, three draws and two losses. The same thing, identical. They say no win their last five for Sheffield, with
Yeah.
three draws and two losses as well. Last time out, Sheffield United drew against Chelsea. That was surprising for most of us. And also
Absolutely.
for Brentford, they went away, and we thought that Aston Villa are going to catch them, like as if you have a bread and
Look.
butter wrap in between. But they went on also
Yeah.
there. They got a 3-3 draw. So how do you think these two
Mm.
teams will fare, looking at their current record and their current positions on the league?
I think for Sheffield United, the song they would be singing in the dressing room is "He that is down fears no fall." Like you did say, they are 20th on the table. They can't go below 20th. The worst they can get is get relegated. So the only way they can look right now is up. So they need to come and have a go. I love the fact that they did not sit back and get soaked by the pressure of Chelsea. They had a go, and we saw that when they try to make the game a bit physical, when they try to make the game a bit aerial, they put the long balls in the air, try to cross the body. They hurt a lot of things. So with the kind of players they've got, Al McBurney, they've got this young man, the guy they got from Brian Diaz, Brighton Diaz, the guy they got from the Spanish La Liga, who was at some point was in Blackburn Rovers last season. They've got
Yeah.
some good attacking. They've got some good attacking players who has got, and they seem to have formed a formidable partnership, a bromance between both players. So for me, I think Sheffield United have to go have a go at. See, this like you said, 33 games gone. There's less than how many games to go right now? Plus minus 5 games to go. On match after this game, so they have to have a
Yeah.
go. It's do or die. They have no. There's no time for redemption. So they have to have it. For Brentford, it's more about consolidating. I don't think they've been bad all season, but come on, we all know they're a mid card team. The best they can get is mid table. If they punch far above their way, they get Europa Conference League or Europa football on a season they are very exceptional. Maybe not this season, but I think they'll be safe come the end of the season. And for them, it's just one game at a time, to wrap up the season that has been not too bad, not too good. It's just been there. So um, Sheffield wants his money, need to chase it. Brentford had come and they've got a quality player who could be leaving at the end of the season. They're trying to they're trying to soak as much as they can get from the young man. The man is talking about that from Tony. So it's going to be a threat. So I still buy bank Brentford to win the game every day of the week. Come on. And Sheffield will huff and puff, but the problem with Sheffield, their back line can be absolutely crazy. So they can make a schoolboy error here and then, and the rest is history.
Okay, the bookmakers are giving Brentford a 67% win, 19% draw in this match, and a 14% win for Sheffield. But coming to
Yeah,
you, your prediction is telling us a 2-2 draw. And why is it a 2-2 draw?
absolutely. And because I think Sheffield are coming from a good place. That draw against Chelsea is a motivation to move. Like I said, he that is down fears no fall, man. Brentford, like I said, they have nothing to play for. So as much as they'll be cool and calm, they won't have to. They're not chasing it. Sheffield are the one chasing it, so they'll put in an extra effort. So, but I don't think Sheffield United has enough firepower to go to the GTEC Community Stadium and get a result. So I think the draw will be a fair result, 2-2 draw. If you ask me, just hope I'm right on this one.
Okay, next stop is at the Etihad Stadium, where Manchester City will be taking on relegation threatening Luton Town. Luton Town are 18th on the log. Sorry, they are 18th on the
Yeah.
log. Luton Town are 18th on the log. Um, just with identical points with Nottingham Forest, and a win for them, a possible win for them in this match, despite what the bookmakers are telling us, which I will tell us towards the end of this. A possible win for them would take them off the relegation zone, but they are
Yeah.
playing the defending champion, Manchester City, who currently are sitting tall on the log with 70 points.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
70 points, three wins in their last five, two draws, no loss.
Yeah.
And the last match they won was against Crystal Palace. They beat Crystal Palace away
Yeah.
by 4 goals to
At
two.
4-2
Yes,
at
four
Sellers
two.
Park. Yeah.
Yes. And for Luton Town, they won by 2 goals to one. How do you think Luton Town should approach this match? Going to this match?
I think if they go out to attack Manchester City, they could get a mauling. It could become a thumping. I expect a one-way traffic already. You saw that in my prediction. We'll get that very soon. But if Luton Town, they have to be smart. Any team that has gone to the Etihad Stadium and get a result has to be defensively, alert. keep a good shape, pack the buses. Let me sound like Brendan Rodgers, pack two buses, and then try to hit on the counter attack. That's the only way they can get us against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. I try to put two in two. I've sat down the way you sat down right now, and I've tried to permutate how Luton can get a result. And the more I try to tilt towards them trying this way, I see a total resistance. This is a Manchester City team that is coming from a 3-3 draw from the Santiago Bernabeu in Spain. They looked one of the best. I gave you the best team in the world, eye to eye, and they went toe to toe with that team. Who is Luton Town to come out there? It's a David and Goliath clash. I think the last time David beat Goliath was in the Bible days. It doesn't happen anymore. So for me, come on. I think Luton should just, defensively solid. See, if they get a draw from that game, it's a bonus point. There's some games the coach will say, oh, these games are, anytime any point we get from these games are bonus points. These are where we should get our points from. So I don't think the Man City game is one of the games where the coaches will say this is where we want to get our points from. So, but like I said, I'm the coach of Luton Town, I will respect Manchester City. I know they're defending champions. I know they are 3 times consecutive champions. I will defend with all I have got and wait for an outbreak, which may never come. But if I get a draw, I take the draw all day long and twice on Sunday. So I see one-way traffic. This Man City man, a joke as Foden is in the form of his entire life. The guy can hit the ball, he can pass the ball, he can roll the ball. He got the ball. Now he's returning back to his absolute best. We saw that in the game against Crystal Palace last weekend. They've got Erling Haaland who is struggling, but you see, it's something that is now impacting his game is that he's working hard. I've not seen Haaland work this hard in a very long time. So the team is getting better. Rodri, speaking after the game against Manchester, needed rest. I don't know how much rest the man will need. The man has played in 14 consecutive games. So it is what it is, man. But man, I want to look you in the eyes as a brother and tell you the truth. It's going to be difficult for Luton Town. It'll be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of the needle than Luton Town going to the Etihad Stadium and dragging out a result. That's how bad it is. Man City are chasers, and this is the part of the season where they do not drop the gun. So, like I said, it's almost mission impossible.
Okay, the bookmakers are giving Man City 90% winning probability. A draw of let's say 7%, and the 3% win probability for Luton Town. I think it's an uphill for them if they
No,
will
three
win
percent is
this
even
match.
much. The book boys are linear. 3% is huge.
And
Something.
your prediction for that match is a 3-1
Three
victory for
one
Man City.
victory. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Clear cut victory.
Okay, quickly, let's go into Nottingham Forest at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Nottingham Forest, they are 17th position, 25 points, and for Wolverhampton Wanderers, 11th position for 2 points. Okay, one win in their last five, one draw,
Yeah.
two losses, and also one win in their last five, two draw, two losses.
Mm.
Um, going to this match, what do we expect from Tower Awoni's Nottingham Forest against Wolverhampton Wanderers that are up and down? We don't even know the Wolf team that you will play this week or next week.
Yeah. Come on, Nottingham Forest are in a deep mess. Listen to Ola, and that was yesterday, and he was adamant. He was adamant that Nottingham Forest will stay up despite the point deduction they have picked. And I quite agree with him. The quality of Nottingham Forest should be playing the championship. This team has got Callum Hudson, Odoi, Morgan Gibbs, White, Taiwo Awoniyi, Ola, who has at some point been in the books to Chelsea. They've got a goalkeeper, two goalkeepers who are solid goalkeepers, Henderson, and of course the guy who left Arsenal. Because he wanted playing time and he has proved that he deserves playing time as well. So they are beyond the championship quality. The quality, I think they are 2 steps above the championship, and it'll be sad for them to go down. And we all know the issue of the pitch of play, but on the pitch, I think they have played. They've done enough. If without those the plug detention, they should be somewhere around the 13th or 14th on the table. Absolutely mid-table team, but it is what it is. They're now clutching on straws. They're now hoping not they're on life support, and that life support has to work. They're on oxygen. Hopefully, the oxygen breathes some sigh of relief for them. Uh, let's look at it from this point of view. Nottingham Forest have got a good team. They're playing at home, and I think they've got more to play for than a Wolves team who cannot get European football. I've done the permutation. No, if I do my best, go check the permutation. They can't get European football because I don't think they can win their next 5 games in a row. Because, like you just said, we don't know the Wolverhampton Wanderers team that would step up on match day. They could even sleep in this game and wake up the next game. I feel they won't play better when they play the bigger teams than they play the smaller teams. And Nottingham Forest, playing at home. They've shown resilience playing at home. It's a very crazy place to go play at the Northern Forest Stadium. It's like it reminds me of the Stoke City ground, the Britannia Stadium. That's how terrible to go play there is. So wait and see. I think Northern Forest will get something from this game to boost to push to stay up. I believe they would stay up. My crystal ball believes they would stay up. But the Premier League is a fun again. We'll see teams who we think could stay up and then get dumped out even on the final night.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still pinch myself and ask myself how Everton were relegated last season. But that's what the Premier League brings. So it is what it is. But I think Northern Forest will get to something from this game. They're playing at home and they have their tough team against the fans to push them to victory.
So your prediction for this match is 2-1 victory for Nottingham Forest, and
Absolutely.
the bookmakers are giving Nottingham Forest a 20. Let me see. The bookmakers are giving Nottingham Forest a 44% win, 27%
Chance
draw,
of winning.
and 29% for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So I think that's balanced
Yeah.
score. The next match on our decks is Burnley against Brighton. When we look at these two sides, Burnley against Brighton. When we look at these two sides, Burnley are 19th on the log. 19th with 19 points. In their last 5 matches, only one win, with 3 draws and 1 loss. For Brighton, they are 10th on the log, 43 points, with 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw in their last 5. So, what's your take about these two teams going into this match head to head, knowing that they have identical run of form, but with Burnley fiercely in the relegation zone, and I don't think there is a position in which they will survive this drop.
This is my 2 cents, and I will give it to you. This is my 2 cents. Burnley were not created to play in the Premier League. From the start of the season, I kept on saying, and a lot of people like saying, why they were not created. Vincent Company, the manager of that team, kept on telling us that these players are 2 seasons away from being Premier League players. He knew it. But unfortunately, the club couldn't spend huge money. Imagine your big players, academy players in the top teams like Man City, Arsenal, to go there and pick a 17, 18-year-old boy who could be the future, but you don't see the future. He could get injured, a lot of things that could happen. He could lose ground. We've seen players lose form. Where's Ansu Fati and where he was 2 years ago? So, like I said, they're not mechanized. They're not created. They're not manufactured to be in the Premier League. They could go back to the Championship and come back next season. It's possible, but they are 2 seasons away from being a Premier League team. Looking at the crop of players in that team, they are quite good, but they are old. How can you have a team in the Premier League and all your players are work in progress? There's no established star. It's that bad. So I think they would go down. Imagine 19 points after 33 games. That is ludicrous. That is unacceptable. It's not a Premier League style. I think the record tells us that for you to be in the Premier League, there's a certain amount of more points you must get. And I don't think Burnley can get that from now to the end of the season. It's
No,
sickening. And to me, I just thought it was one
they can't
promotion.
get that.
Yeah, exactly. They're just one promotional spot that was wasted. But anyway, it is what it is. They cannot invest. I think they would get beaten again at home at Tottenham. I know their fans like to push them through, but Brighton has got oozing quality. I know they lost to us Arsenal 3 goals to nobody. It's Arsenal. It's not just any team, it's Arsenal. The most improved team in the league, in my opinion. So they've got some mental strength. They've got the better Arsenal in a better place. They're in a better stead. They've got an improving manager. I should doubt that he may be the man to win the title. But like I said, a lot of things can happen. But I think Brighton will have enough firepower. They've got some quality player. The good news is that their top striker just returned. Joao Pedro is back. Danny Boy, like I love to call him the back. Danny Welbeck is also back. You have Evan Ferguson as well. He's doing well. We've got this man, and Digra, the man who cost us Spain at the African Cup of Nations with Cote d'Ivoire. They've got some quality team players. They're just where they have to be. I think they're the top 10. If they push a bit further, they can get European football, but maybe it's a tall order. But I think the golf in quality it tells. And no matter how Burnley wants to attack, there's always a mistake because, yeah, like I said, they are rookies and there is no place. See, the Premier League is not a learning curve. It's not where you learn. It's where the best, de la creme, the best players gather and feast. Unfortunately for Burnley, they are learning in the higher stage, and they will return back to where they came from. Absolutely, that's the way I see it.
Okay, winning probability for this match is 28% for Burnley and 47% for Brighton, and a draw
Yeah,
of 5% between these two sides. So I think it's all said it all. But this is football; anything can happen at the end of the day. So that's
yeah.
that's that's what it is. Okay, from Burnley
3-1
versus
victory.
yeah,
3-1 victory. Don't forget. Let me know that
your prediction is a 3-1 victory
away
for Brighton.
for Brighton.
Away for
Yeah.
Brighton, yeah. So we shouldn't forget that month against Manchester United. This is and we all know what happened in the first leg of this match. The first leg at Old Trafford. I just think that Bournemouth. I think it was high time they got their first win at Old Trafford. But coming to this match,
Yeah.
for me, I think it's a different ball game. Though we don't even know the United
Absolutely.
team that will, don't even know the United team that will turn
That
up
will
in this
turn
match.
up.
That's just it. It's always like that at the end, at the beginning, at the with United. United
Yeah.
are sitting sixth in the on the log with 49 points, one win, two losses, and one draw in their last five matches. And for Bournemouth, three wins, one loss, and three
One
draws
draw.
in their last five. So you can see that
Yeah.
in terms of form, Bournemouth are in form, but you are playing a United side that you don't know that will turn up. How do you think this match is going to pan out at the end of the day?
My prediction has said the whole story. Man United, I just think they will suffer something from this game. I don't fancy them anymore. I don't think they can make Champions League football.
Careful of
So the best they can make do it is I
be
don't.
careful of what you
Shit,
say. Well, I
I don't
don't.
seriously.
For me, I don't see
I've tried my
Bournemouth winning
best to
this
believe
match.
in.
I don't see
Come
Bournemouth
on,
winning
look at
this
it.
match because
My
United.
result doesn't. My result. My prediction does not see them winning either.
Yes,
You
your
know, it
prediction
doesn't
doesn't
see them winning either.
because
Exactly, but I don't think Man United has enough to win at the Vitality
United.
Stadium.
Yes, no, I think United should win this match. Is it at the Vitality Stadium?
I said that last weekend.
I
That
give
what
you,
happened?
I
I
give
got
you, I
stunned.
give you my word, and I give you my words. I give you a 10,000 naira if United win, if United lose this match at the Vitality Stadium. I give you my word.
Wow. I would love to be back on the review show come Monday to talk about it. But come on, I still don't have mine. I think I can get to 3 points from the Vitality. So I'm still, if it was a Man City, I would go to sleep. Maybe Liverpool, even if Liverpool was well beaten yesterday, I would still go to sleep. But not a Man United. I don't just know how. I can't predict what would happen with the boys. I think they lack a bit of
That's why.
motivation. That's
That
my
is why.
problem.
If I
A
were
little bit of
you,
motivation.
that's why if I were you, I will not give. I will not give. I will not go for a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. That's just it.
I went for a 2-2 draw, right? Is that what I
A
went for?
2-1 win
Checking. I
for
think I went for a
Bournemouth.
2-2 draw.
2-1 win for Bournemouth.
Or
Yes.
2-1 or 2-1 for Bournemouth. Yeah, I went for a Bournemouth win because of the form that
That's
Bournemouth are,
dangerous.
especially
That's
at home.
dangerous. That's dangerous
It's
for you.
dangerous,
So
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No, before if they're playing at the Old Trafford, I'll give it to Man United, my eyes closed. Because they always find a way. But at the Vitality Stadium, I think the result of that game will boil down
United
to
has not
who
won.
um,
United has only one loss in their last seven visits at the Vitality Stadium. I don't think
yes, but
one
this
loss in their
Bournemouth
last
team
seven
is not the
visits.
Bournemouth team. This Bournemouth team is not the Bournemouth team they met last season. They have improved. I don't know what this guy Oriola
Oh,
is doing with that
and
team,
that
but
they are still sitting
boy, the
12th
guy is
on the league.
working.
Let's move on from that from that
What
match.
quality do you expect them to be? Champions League quality or Europa League quality? What kind of apart from Solanke who is doing well? It's a Solanke show now. Even the transfer they try safe, if you ask me. I think they're doing so well getting to 12 position. If you ask me, they're punching above their weight on the quality of players they have and the people they are even above on the table.
So the bookmakers are giving Bournemouth at 9% win, 24% draw, and
Yeah.
39% win for Manchester United.
So it's a
So I think
50-50. The bookmakers are
it's
bringing
still
the
slim. Yes, they're being
yeah
realistic about it.
50-50. Yeah.
It's just been like that.
But like I
Okay,
will hold you to your word. If Man United fail to win this game, even if it's a draw, I'll come for my ten
I'm
thousand.
assure you I'll give you 10,000 naira at the end of the day.
It will come handy. Absolutely.
It will come on the next up is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Next up is
At the Anfield.
Liverpool versus Crystal Palace at Anfield. Last time Crystal Palace got mauled by Manchester City. Not necessarily mauled, but I
At
think they
home.
did their best in that match.
4-2. Yeah.
Uh, and for Liverpool, three wins in their last
Coming.
five, two draws.
Yeah.
I think we also what happened yesterday that if you lose your guard,
Coming from their worst
anything can
defeat in
mold you.
Europe
Yes,
in
anything
Anfield.
can mold you.
Worst defeat in
Anything
Europe in
can
Anfield.
mold you at the end of the day. But this is what we see. So, what's your take about this match?
Quickly, I think Liverpool are coming from their worst defeat at Anfield, and unfortunately, you don't want to be the first team they'll be playing against at Anfield after that shocking loss. So they would want to respond. So I'm sorry for Crystal Palace. Like I said, uh, if it was not that way, I think I would have thought that Crystal Palace would go to the Anfield and pick a result. But this result that I saw yesterday in the Europa League has changed my whole thinking process. It scattered my prediction. I don't have to do a rejig again after I saw that result. Um, Liverpool don't want to. It's going to be suicidal. Van Dijk losing in Europe for the first time at home. It's never happened before. I tell you, I didn't see this one happening, and then Klopp would want a massive response, something to to pacify the fans who gathered in their numbers to cheer them on yesterday. For Crystal Palace, they're not in a good place. Like, the coach is still experimenting. We saw that against Man City. He took out Philip Mateta, brought in you try. He's still not gotten his first level, and he won't get it to the end of the season. I think Crystal Palace will come good next because they're playing some beautiful football. You can see there's light at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel is still there dark. Now the problem. So I think Liverpool will just find a way to get a victory in this one and push out and push on. But I think without this result at the Europa League, I think there would have been a bit of complacency setting in because Crystal Palace always know how to get something from the Anfield. But because of this result, I think I would see a massive response from the guys. Salah and the boys will come smoking, and Crystal Palace may not have the answers that they require.
Okay, a 3-1 win for Liverpool. That's your prediction, and hopefully
Yeah,
that comes out pretty smoothly for you. Okay, let's move on. Next match on the log is between West Ham and Fulham. These two teams, in their last matches, West Ham got a draw against
yeah.
Wolverhampton Wanderers. Then
Mm.
Fulham uh, lost at home to Newcastle. What do you think these two teams should do going into this match? Looking at the winning ratio, for instance, the winning ratio for this match is 40% for West Ham, uh, 34%, sorry, for Fulham, and 26% draw for this match. So, how do you think West Ham and Fulham should approach this match respectively, knowing fully well that for West Ham, only one win in their last five, two draws and one loss, and for Fulham, who are sitting 13th position, only one win also in their last five, two draws, one draw, and three losses.
Now you see why I put a draw in this game. I think that you can when you do your permutation, you check the history, you check your the win ratio, the bookmakers. You see why I went for a draw in this game. It's very
Oh, you didn't go
simple.
for a draw. You didn't go for a draw in this game. You didn't go for a draw in this
What
game.
game? What was what I go for?
You went for a
I went for
3-1 win
Fulham
for
win.
Fulham. Yes.
Yes, I went for Fulham win. This is why I said so. Let me give you um Fulham. This is why I said so. West Ham are coming from a heartbreaking defeat at the Bay Arena yesterday. Psychology, they're not in a good place. Like you said, their record is really bad in recent times. Fulham as well. They got back to they played so well against Newcastle as well last time out. They were beaten by that late Bruno Gimenez goal last time out at their home ground, and they're playing a West Ham team that still doesn't inspire confidence. You watch them play, they're not as good as they used to be. The created chances, a normal West Ham would have scored against Brighton at the Bay Arena. Kudus was, off. Antonio, neither here nor there. I watched that game keen interest, and I feel they are lacking confidence, and that's why I went for a full-on victory in this one. Hopefully, I pray the book this one smiles on me, but like it's a gamble. This is the first time I agree that my prediction for this game is a gamble, but I just hope that my gamble works out well with a full-on win.
So your gamble works out very well with a Fulham win. Let's move on to the next match of. Um, let's move on to Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Arsenal
Yeah,
at home with an epicable one draw in their last five with four wins in their last five, no
yeah,
loss,
yeah, yeah.
which is really good, and that's why they are first on the log in the Premier League with
Mm,
71 points,
mm,
joint up with
yeah,
Liverpool, but with a huge goal difference of eight, if I'm not mistaken, or nine or
yeah,
nine of nine goals with over Liverpool. Now, going into this match against Aston Villa, who everybody knows that they have a very dangerous side, sitting fifth on the log with 60 points, also having a identical point with Tottenham Hotspur. Just one win in their last five, two defeats, two draws. Um,
yeah.
I think you went for a 3-1 win for Arsenal.
I went for a 3-1 win for us. I think I was it a 3-1 win, a 2-0 win for us, no?
Oh, a 3-1 win for us now.
Yeah, I expect them to concede.
You
I
you
don't know
expect them
why,
to.
because of
So
I expect them for the first time.
how do you think this match will pan out? Looking at Arsenal and look at what their performance though they didn't travel, they were playing at home. Look at their performance
They're
over the
playing at
years.
home, yeah. So that's why I
So
feel. See, Aston Villa will be beat. Villa are not used to being in this situation. Every game after they play in Europe, they suffer either a loss or a drop. They drop points. It's been like that because they're not used to being playing the European competition and playing the league. That's one thing. Two, Arsenal play at the Emirates Stadium, where their record is impeccable. Want to right the wrong. They also want to right the wrong of what happened last time the Emirates Stadium. They want to have what we call a boost. There's a way you win a game, it gives you that push to your next game against Bayern Munich. If Arsenal does not get the result from this game, I think that game at the Allianz Arena will be a long night for them. So they know they need the momentum going. And anytime you hear Arteta talk about it, talks about momentum. So I want to go with the bookmakers who give playing at home, playing with this form that they're playing at the moment. Saka back to some of his best football. So Aston Villa will off and that's I think they will score. It will be difficult for Arsenal to stop this because these guys they play good football. Aston Villa, McGinn, hopefully he may return after his suspension. You got Diaby, you got Leon Bailey, you got this man I love so much, Wally Watkins. What's he doing in Aston Villa? I don't know, but it is what it is for them. So I think Arsenal would win, but they would concede. I think they will keep a clean sheet like they have. I think they kept the clean in the last 3 or 4 games, except the game against Bayern Munich. But I think they would concede at the Emirates Stadium this weekend. Stay strong as Aston Villa team.
Arsenal to concede at the Emirates Stadium this weekend. The bookmakers are giving Arsenal a 76 winning probability. Aston Villa
Yeah,
a 9% winning probability, and a draw for 15%. So that's a little. Finally, let's look at
yeah.
Chelsea at home to Everton. Chelsea at
Mm,
home to
mm,
Everton. Uh, we looked at this match and we saw Chelsea. Yes, last we saw them against United. They came in late and they got 2 goals and they won the match, but not a fantastic
yeah.
performance in that match, to be frank, because
Not
United
not
already
vintage
got them on
performance.
the road. Yes, United got them
Yeah,
on the road. We thought there would be an
yeah,
improvement against Sheffield United. They went to travel to Sheffield United, and all of us were saying, "Oh, maybe Chelsea we mold Sheffield United." And at the end of the day, they got it wrong. So, like
yeah.
United, don't even know the type of Chelsea team that will turn up to a game. We saw them against Burnley at home. I think for the Chelsea performances is even worse than the United one, because for Chelsea
Yes,
you
yes.
saw them against Burnley at home with one man down, they couldn't break down
One
that
man
Burnley
down
side.
without a manager.
Without the
Yeah, you,
manager, they
you got
couldn't
Sheffield
break
to
down
be.
Burnley side. So, what's your take about this match? Looking at the positions of these two teams, for Chelsea, they are ninth on the log with 2 wins in their last five and a draw
Yeah.
and 3 draws. Sorry,
I
and
think
3 draws in their last five. And for
I,
Everton, who are battling relegation zone, they have 27 points, and
yeah,
it's pretty not looking good for them in terms of their run of form in their last five. 1 win, 3 losses, 1 draw. So
yeah.
what's
And they won their last game. Everton won their last game. Let's put that. That's very
yeah,
important in their run to stay up for this season. For Chelsea, see, Chelsea are in a terrible place. They're absolutely a terrible team. The only least or ray of hope you can see is the fact that Thiago Silva returned to the starting lineup and got on the score sheet in that 2-2 drag against Sheffield United. But still, there are still cracks. As how long Thiago Silva can paper those cracks. The fact is that they are cracks. You can paper it for how long you are, but there will still be leakages. The defense is chaotic, absolute chaotic. I don't know how our Chelsea fan watched their game. I think they were watching their game with some painkillers, watching the game with some blood pressure tablets or equipment because games you expect them to have a total rollover. Games you expect them to get a victory, they tend to stutter and they fall. Sheffield United, how do you don't get 3 points against that team? How don't you get 3 points against Ball in front of your home fans? It is sickening. It's painful, excruciating. And the nonchalant attitude of these Chelsea players at times, over bloated egos, they feel like they are world class players. But shocking news, breaking news to all Chelsea fans: you've got a bunch of average players scattered around your starting level because When the chiefs are down, where the big boys should stand up and be counted, they're absolutely. I sometimes watch Chelsea, I go bonkers. Is that bad? You know, this is a team that should be competing for European places. This is a team that should be on top of the world in front of the crowd. This is a team that should be hallowed. That should be an example for this lesser team. But teams go to Chelsea with the belief that they can get something. Burnley, bottom of the table, got a result. Sheffield United, bottom of the table, got a result. This Chelsea team, come on, man. And the funny part is that they are now wasteful. You can't be terrible. You can't be terrible and wasteful at the same time. So for me personally, I think if you ask me, Chelsea would get a 2-2 draw. I don't think they can win against Everton. Everton are in a good place. They're trying, like I said, I don't know how they managed to get out of relegation last season, and I think they're on their way again to get to be safe. Unfortunately, for the point deduction, they should have been somewhere safer by now. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is. Okay, we've come to the end of our prediction for this week Premier League matches, and hopefully we'll see the outcome of it